Hi, I'm Miranda, and this is Nick.
Wait.
Welcome to the Ranting Podcast. And please excuse my voice. I'm feeling a bit poorly today. This weather is killing me, literally.
Yeah.
I thought my face was going to explode yesterday because my sinuses were on fire.
Oh.
So I'm making it work. We're pulling through.
Yep.
And I'm going to be sniffling and shit, and we're all just going to pretend like we don't hear it, okay? Okay. So,
Driving forward.
powering through.
Oh, God.
All right. So, as always, we've got rant or rave up first.
Okay.
So, I'm going to give you 4 options.
Okay.
And we did decide that we need to start sticking to just one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. One. Okay.
Find one that
Okay.
you like.
I forgot
and
about that.
Stick to it.
Okay.
So,
Rant or
your
rave.
options are being selectively cheap, paying for convenience,
Oh, geez.
adult birthday expectations, and monetizing hobbies.
Oh, wow. These are really good.
I know.
So one more time. Whew. One more time. These are really good.
So being selectively cheap,
Yep. Okay.
paying for convenience, adult birthday expectations,
Okay.
and monetizing hobbies.
Let's go 2.
Number 2?
Yeah, let's go with number 2.
Paying for convenience.
Paying for convenience.
do
I think
you feel about
so definitely rave for sure. Absolutely. People will pay good money for convenience.
That's true.
But also something we've always talked about. I don't know if this would really meet this paying for convenience, but we have professionals for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that like everybody wants to, not everybody, but a lot of people want to go with the lowest bidder.
Like the DIY route and stuff.
Well, yeah, but some people are good at that. Some people like that.
yeah.
You know, that might be a hobby for them. You know what I mean? But like the people that want to go with the lowest bidder or just, they want the most for the least amount of money.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just not how it works. I think that would kind of tie into this because you're also paying for the convenience of it getting done the right way the first time.
Yeah.
So I would kind of loop those in together.
Yeah.
I would absolutely rave about that. Just because there's a lot of people that just, I don't know. It's just they want to go, like I said, with lowest bidder. They don't want to pay any more than they absolutely have to. And then that's the kind of output you're going to get.
That's true.
You get what you pay for in this world.
That's true.
Whether it's convenience or the job done right or whatever. And I would, like I said, I would argue that that's all lumped into one because it's very inconvenient if you hire somebody or whatever, pay for something and it's not done right the first time. Very inconvenient. Because then you have to fucking get it done again by an actual professional.
That's true.
But yeah, so like what are some conveniences that you can think of that you pay for?
First thing that comes to mind is DoorDash.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a solid one.
That's one that I've actually had to like catch myself sometimes and be like, bitch, this is too fucking convenient. Like you need to calm down. Like especially when we first moved in, we were door dashing like mad.
Well, we were renovating the house.
Yeah, I was gonna say between like renovating the house and having to eat out and like getting groceries, like things that we'd forget when we went out. So I had to get groceries delivered and like just all this shit. I mean, I remember there was a time when I sat down and was like looking at the bank statement and I was like, we have got to stop door dashing.
Yeah.
Like it was just DoorDash. And I was like, this is bad.
Yeah. Well, that time period when we actually bought the house, like we renovated the entire house.
That's what I was going to say is we were so like bouncing back and forth between like, obviously having like sleeping at the rental because none of our stuff was here. So we were here renovating and then like going to work, running kids to school, and like everybody was just everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a whole lot of like dinners being made at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Well,
definitely,
we were renovating until like 10 o'clock at night.
That's what I'm saying is that we would like go pick up the kids and we'd come here. And then like I said, we weren't even fully moved in yet. We're painting the whole house and everything. So we hadn't moved anything into the house.
Yep.
And so almost every night, I think it was like, okay, we're getting DoorDash again. Like, what do you feel like eating? But
eat real quick, get back to
work. But now there's definitely things where even all like if I can put the order in ahead of time, and then like we've noticed with what was it like Chipotle we were gonna order from or something, and then the it was like a $20 difference between getting it delivered and just going to pick it up. And I was like, it is a 5-minute drive.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put in the order and I'm just going to go fucking pick it up. like that's so, That's where I'm saying
Draw
is that
the
I've had to
line.
catch myself
That's true.
to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's convenient, but come on.
But there's still a level. I think there's tiers, I guess, to convenience. So like one, like what you just described is that you can pay for like the full service where they'll make it and then bring it to you. But there is some convenience in just not paying for the delivery. And then, but it's kind of like when you like pre-check in or when you join a wait list to a restaurant before you actually get there, stuff like that. Like the food is being made, at least in this scenario, the food is being made because you already placed the order. So at least when you get there, you can just grab it real quick and then go home. So there's still a level of convenience there.
Well, in some cases, I could even argue that it's still more convenient for me to just go get it than to have it delivered, because a few times our deliveries have been fucked up.
That's true.
So then we still have
More
to
than
go
a
to the
few
fucking
times,
store and be like, hey, let me pick up this thing that they didn't pick up, even though it clearly said that there was this many items. I'm sorry, but if it says 6 items, why are you walking out of there with 4?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just saying.
And I'm sure they don't make very much, which is fair. But at the same time, like,
it's just,
you're still making a mistake.
Yeah.
Right. In the job that you signed up to do.
Yeah.
Right. So like, just like that. I think last time we did DoorDash was like pizza or something like a week ago or whatever.
I think it was like Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And then they
like,
didn't, which, okay.
That was the 6 items right there.
The thing that I noticed though is that there was a time that we had gone there to Little Caesars and I'd put the order in. When you go to pick it up, you put in the code and it opens the things that you're supposed to grab it out of. So I don't know if they didn't do that at that one. If it was in 2 separate things, it opens both of them.
Interesting.
How do you miss that?
I don't know.
You are fucking dumb.
I've never seen that. I thought it only opened the one. I didn't know there was multiple.
No, because it was when we had like gotten we had ordered extra because we were gonna have it for lunch and dinner. Yeah. So we had gotten like extra pizza and stuff like that.
The DoorDasher doesn't have that code though. They're gonna go to the desk and ask them. So it's probably
no. When I was looking at it, like when you walk in, it'll say like DoorDash or something on the screen or whatever, and then but like through DoorDash, it's connected to all of that.
Oh, so you have the pin.
Stuff. Yeah,
oh,
so
shit.
like it does the same thing when you go to like McDonald's. Okay. It'll be like, oh, what's the number? And then you give them the number and they're like, oh, this name. And like, yeah. And then like sometimes you show them the screen or whatever. Yeah, but like there's really supposed to be things in place for you to not fuck it up.
That's frustrating now.
Yeah.
That's even more frustrating.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like.
And they fuck it up pretty regularly. I mean, sometimes it's on like the establishment.
It's just always with Little Caesars. It seems like that they always forget something.
But even when you go to the establishment, sometimes your order gets fucked up.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you run that risk either way.
Yeah. One thing I will say though is with going to get it, at least if I can like check it before I leave, which I really need to get better about as well, is like rummaging through the bag before we get
in a perfect case scenario, obviously, yes, you're gonna check your bag every single time. Yeah. But if you're in a rush, you got kids yelling in the back, honestly, you're late for something, whatever the case may be.
Give me it, and I'm gonna go.
There are scenarios where like you can't. Or you're by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Like there's multiple scenarios where like you're not gonna have time to check the bag. So like that happens sometimes, you know?
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, as far as paying for the convenience though, what's another thing that I pay for the convenience?
I don't know about an extra pay, but I mean like so this category is specifically paying for convenience. Do we pay for the I guess, well, it's not so much in Colorado, but like I know in like, Illinois is one of them. The I think it's PayPass or the tolls.
Yes,
the
we
toll
pay
pass.
for that.
Yeah, but well, you don't have a choice here in Colorado that you have to do that, right? Because that's how you pay the tolls. Whereas like in a state where you can actually stop.
You don't have to. You can still go without, you can get the thing. No matter what, you're still paying the tolls. Whether you pay it after they send it to you or you pay ahead of time. So like for ours, the express toll.
HOV or whatever it is.
Yeah, for the HOV lane and stuff. I have it, or it's set to be at like a $32 limit or something. So I get monthly statements from them.
Okay.
And so it says like, this is what your balance is or whatever.
That's
so
convenient.
anytime that we like go up to the airport or something, then I'll see like, oh, this is how much you paid in tolls. And then like the next month or whatever, if it's getting low, it'll just refill.
So I guess that's the HOV lane is a convenience right there.
Yeah.
Because like there are times where like
that's 25, the one that we got the little thing for.
Yep. 25 is backed up quite a bit. And the HOV lane is just, I mean, you can just go. Like the HOV lane never stop.
Yeah.
That lane never stops that I've seen.
Rarely,
so like
unless it's like everybody's backed up.
Yeah. So that is a convenience right there. That is a convenience that is
a nice one.
Top tier right there.
What is another convenience?
That'll cut your trip in half.
It really does go a lot.
But no, what I was
faster.
gonna say, in other places though, they don't have the HOV lane, but they have like the big, I don't even know what you would call it, but like it's a big thing that goes over the interstate, right?
Yeah.
And then you can either stop at a toll booth and pay, or you can drop your change or whatever, or you can go through like where you don't stop and it scans. That's kind of where those started.
Yeah.
Those little things that they scan on your windshield. That's where it kind of started.
Yeah.
So that you can keep it pushing. That's a convenience right there. I don't know if you actually pay for those in those states.
I wish they would do it so that you could put it like on your license plate so you don't have to switch the shit back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's one inconvenience that we're paying for now.
You literally just have to go like that.
I know, and I'm never even the one driving, so I don't know what I'm bitching
I don't know
about.
why you're complaining. But you don't have to change it every time, though. You just have to change it the once. So if you're going to be in the HOV lane, you just put it to the HOV setting, and then like, it's there. So it's really
there's a reason it's in your car and not mine.
I know that's right.
I'm not fucking
another convenience. Oh God, that you pay for. Definitely those are top tier right there.
Yeah.
DoorDash and what's it? Is it the pass? Pay pass?
The express toll.
Express toll or whatever. Yeah, there you go. Those two for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you know what? We haven't exercised this, but one that we absolutely will is like Disneyland. When you pay for the VIP, that's pay for fucking convenience.
100%.
Got to.
Yes, I refuse to go to Disney until we can like get the whole fucking package.
Whole VIP experience.
Because I am not going to go and spend all my days standing in line. So.
I was talking to somebody the other day at work, and they were just there. I think it was at work. I forget where it was. But we were talking about, we got onto the topic about Disney or whatever. And they said they waited in line for like 3 or 4 hours for one ride.
Absolutely
you got me
not.
all the way fucked up. If you think I'm gonna stay in here,
I'm not spending all that money to go to Disney and then stand in line all fucking day.
I could see if you were there. So if you're there for one day and that's it, absolutely fucking not.
I would probably be like, no rides, do literally everything else.
If you're there for like a full week from sun up to sundown, I guess I can see doing it. I wouldn't fucking enjoy it.
I mean, to be fair, I have never been, so I don't really know all the ins and outs about Disney. I've never been like one of those people that like has aspired to go my whole life and like planned it out. Like I'm not a Disney adult or anything like that. So
we're definitely going.
I want to go.
Yeah.
But my thing, number one, I always wanted it to be so that both of the kids were old enough to go and enjoy everything. Because there was a time there, I think it was when we were, when we went to Paris, we talked about going to Disney Paris. But Nigel was just like, maybe... He was only like a couple years old maybe when we went to Paris. And I was like, he's going to go to Disney and not remember it. And he's not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I wanted to go when like all of us get to go and fully enjoy it. Or at least, enough to like, I'm sure there's like stages of things. But like I said, he was 2. What the fuck was there going to be for him to do?
I never thought of that until I never had that like... I think maybe it was always in the back of my mind, but every time it came up when he was younger, and even like now, like I never thought of that until you said that.
Yeah.
Until you brought that up. Like, well, I want him to remember it. And I'm like, oh shit, that's a good point. Cause like, I can see like, so like take like Germany, for example, right? When like us three, so like you, me, and like Malachi, right, our oldest, talk about like Germany. Nigel, our youngest, he's not going to remember any of that. No,
he's
right?
not going to remember that.
So that can be directly kind of associated with Disney, right?
Yeah,
where like we could talk about this great experience and we had all this fun and we did all these things.
Saying.
Right. And then Nigel is not going to remember that.
Yeah.
So like it makes perfect sense to wait so that everybody can hold on and talk about those memories in the future.
Yeah, because he's already not going to have memories of those trips that we did. Like I took pictures and videos and stuff, but like... He's not going to remember that at all.
He was asleep when we were at the base of the Eiffel Tower.
He would not wake up.
He's not going to remember that. So like,
In our pictures, he's like in the stroller. he would not fucking wake
he's
up.
out. Yeah. So like, and that would be kind of unfortunate too if we went to Disney and like, so one of the biggest things that I want to do, is go to like the Star Wars kind of exhibit that they have there.
And build the
lightsabers.
The lightsabers.
Yeah, and they had like the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that. That's something that we've always talked about doing, but I want our youngest to appreciate that and remember that as well.
Yeah.
So it's better just to not only wait until everybody can kind of hold on and talk about those memories, but also wait till you can actually like get the full.
That's what I'm saying.
Experience as far as like the.
I want to go like as all out as we can because like I don't intend on going
full
back to Disney, so I want it to be like a one and done kind of thing. So yeah, I want it to be like a nice big fun trip and like. All like a whole fucking yes trip. Like you
Full
want that
VIP.
Souvenir? Yes.
Yeah.
You want that snack? Yes. Yes.
But also,
like everybody just have a great time.
Yeah, and also like paying for the convenience of not waiting in lines all goddamn day. Like that's top tier right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other like daily.
Think of any other.
Well, I guess one, and this is kind of a more. I don't know if this would be paid for convenience, but like an EV. It's like an electric vehicle, right? So you're not really like paying for the convenience because it just comes with the purchase, right?
Yeah.
But there's a pretty, when you compare like EV to, so electric vehicle to like a gas vehicle,
Yeah.
You don't have, so you have an EV now, right? And I have gas. And you don't have to go to the gas station anymore. You don't have to pay for oil changes.
No.
I think the brake service is significantly less if you use the one
Yeah,
pedal mechanism
I
that it
don't.
has. Right. But what I'm saying is that you
Yeah.
can, right? So like the maintenance is like,
That is one thing that I am happy for, that I don't have to worry about all the extra. I mean, did I really before?
exactly. I don't have to worry about it. So the oil changes, the gas, like
like all that stuff.
But-
that is convenient. But
Yep.
yes, with the charging and whatnot, that is something that I am learning to work with.
I will.
I will say I never ever thought that I was going to get an electric vehicle. I was never going to be that person. And like,
I think eventually everybody will drive an electric vehicle. You'll still have the old school. So look,
I don't know.
Like nowadays you got like your Chevelles and you got your old school Mustangs. And like you still have those that float around, right? Even though like they're not like in production or whatever. You'll still have that. But eventually we're going to get to the point where it's all like cyber trucks. It's all EVs. It's all fucking, it's all that stuff.
Just to be clear, I don't have a fucking Tesla. Let me just throw that out there.
Okay. So, but everybody's going to be there, I think, eventually. I don't know if we're there yet, obviously, because there's still some work to be done in that realm.
I don't think they're ever going to give up that because of like the oil and fuel and all that stuff like that.
No.
That's never going to go
obviously.
away.
Like eventually we're going to run out of those resources. Right. So like we have to have a better solution, right? And an EV could be it. But I would argue there's still holes within that convenience. Because like if it dies, there's no jumping that. You have to get fucking towed to a charging station. Like that is.
Yeah. I definitely had my closest call since I think I've only had the car for like a month now. Maybe. Yeah, it's only been like a month.
Feels more than that.
But so I had my definite like closest call last week when I was on my way to go do something else, and I noticed how low my car was, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to be late. And I went right to the charging station, and I only charged it for like 15 minutes. It wasn't that long. I ended up only being like 15 minutes late to the thing, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I didn't charge it for long because I went to the dealership. I was able to use the fast charger. So like it was enough to carry me through the rest of what I had to do the rest of the day and everything. But I was shitting my pants on the way there. Every red light, I was like, just looking at the percentage and because it's like it shows the percentage and how many miles you have left. And like every time I accelerated, the percentage went down. I was like, ah! I'm like watching the road and looking at it. I was like, oh my God, what do I do?
Yeah.
If I drive slower, it's going to take me longer. If I drive faster, I'm going to run out. The whole way there, I was like, the charging station, it's going to be open. I'm envisioning it. I'm going to drive into it. It's going to be open. I can charge right away. I'm not going to have to wait. My car's not going to die. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like literally, that's how I was like in my head. And then I pulled up to it and I was like, It's fine.
Yeah, now that you're there. But I'm saying if that would have died, if an EV dies, like the only thing you can do,
I would have had
you
to
would
have
to get it towed.
Yeah,
because essentially you ran out of gas, you ran out of power, and now like you can't even get like a gas can or a jump or whatever the scenario is.
Can't bring a charging block.
You can't do it. Exactly. You have to get towed so that you can charge it. That is a huge hole in that convenience. So like I don't know. I feel like I can't think of a scenario where this isn't true, and I'm sure there is one. But there's always a trade-off for every convenience. So either it's
that's what I was thinking.
It's funds, right? You have to pay for it, or you're trading. So like in this scenario, trading gas for EV. There's a lot of pros that go into it, especially environmental and stuff like that. But you're also giving up a lot of stuff, right? So like the convenience of correcting a mistake easily. So if you run out of gas, or if your battery dies, you know what I mean. You can come jump it.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that. There's always
I will say that now that having been through that, I'm like, okay, this is my limit. At this point is like the very lowest. I'm plugging it in at home, and I'll still make a point to get to the dealership to do my fast charging when I get a minute.
That's another thing though too is you can plug it into a regular 110 is what we have in the States. So 110 outlet.
Yeah, like I plugged it in yesterday and had it plugged in overnight, and it's back up to 90% now.
Yeah, but you plugged it in at like 60% or something.
Yeah,
right?
but I will like the percentage. It doesn't last as long when I charge here at home versus like it runs out faster. You don't get as much mileage out of it. I get about double when I go charge it at the fast charger. So
interesting.
It's enough to carry me through for what I need. But I still need to go do the fast charger to get like the good charge.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
So that's where it's not convenient.
See, there's always a trade-off. Yeah.
But if I make a point to save my like editing or a lot of editing and stuff for when I go.
There you go.
That's what I did last. Well, the last time when I went and sat there and like fully charged it, I was like, I'm just gonna edit some.
Can
videos.
the vehicle run while you're charging? Oh, okay, got it. So the battery, heat and everything.
It like
sure it takes longer,
I think it stops it so that obviously so you can't like move or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Like it screams at you that like your car is charging, and it's set you like on the screen on there as well.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I'm still getting to know her.
Yeah.
Me and Mackenzie.
Yeah. But yeah, convenience is definitely something that people will pay good money for. There's another one that I was just thinking of too. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. So like I don't know if obviously not all dealerships do this, but so I went through a Ford dealership. Both did, right, for our purchases. And when there's like recalls on the vehicle or there's like major updates that they need to make that you don't need to necessarily pay for or whatever, if it's pretty minor, this is what happened with my reverse camera. There was a recall for it or something. I guess in some models they would like flicker or would completely go out or whatever. So they had to come out and like updated, or like the there was one thing where in the back seat in my Explorer the temperature dials weren't there. So actually Ford actually came to the house to make the install
here every time.
And that's not even something you pay for.
They
that's
even did that with your windshield too.
That was a different company. That was a windshield.
Oh, okay.
Replacement company. I always see their ads. I don't remember what it is.
OnStar. That's the only thing I can think. I don't know if
OnStar is
that's
not
it.
a windshield.
I don't know. And I think I said it like fucking.
Oh, that's funny.
What is that one with the Allstate?
That's insurance.
I'm just wrong.
Anyways, but no. Safe Light? Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Safe Light Replace.
Yeah, see that one. That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's their windshield, I think. Safe Light, something like that.
Anyways. I know the jingle.
Yeah. That's great marketing right there.
We need to cut all this out. That was for free.
Oh, Jesus. God. But no, so that's actually, I guess so that convenience, right? I paid for the windshield, obviously. That was not included. But like the recalls or like the stuff that's, I don't know, I guess the thermostat thing wasn't a recall. That was just an install.
Yeah.
But they just did that. I didn't have to pay for anything. And they came to the house. So I guess there is some things where like you don't even pay for it. It just comes with,
I thought that was like an extra service that you paid for.
No, they came out and just did that shit for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't think of any other things that I pay for convenience other than like DoorDash and shit.
Honestly, if we really want to like get down to like the nitty gritty, fucking electricity.
Oh, that's not
Running
convenience.
water.
That's like safety.
That's convenience. You can survive without electricity. What do you mean?
Are you talking about getting it fixed?
No, like paying for electricity, paying for running water, paying for those are all convenient. You know, that's
okay. I mean, yeah,
that's convenience
I wasn't
right there.
Going like
because once you lose that power,
okay, Mountain Man.
I'm just saying, it was like, oh fuck, like none of this would be possible
my God.
without power.
All right, we're moving on.
Oh, okay, sorry. Just saying.
I'm not even giving you an option. I'm gonna die. Next up,
I don't know where. It's fine.
Next up,
what you got?
we have Am I the Asshole?
Oh, okay. What you got?
This one's kind of I'm just gonna read it.
Do we have one or two?
I have two.
We have two. Okay.
So this one there is an edit and like an update / conclusion. So I can read that at the end, and I also have some comments and stuff.
We'll talk about it before you go into the verdict.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good. I don't want that to steer the.
Yeah, I can hold off.
Okay.
Okay, so the story is, would I be the asshole for telling my girlfriend she can't frog it around me anymore? So my girlfriend eats popcorn by frogging it, which means she picks up a handful, brings it up to her mouth, and sticks out her tongue to quickly pull pieces into her mouth. The first time I saw her do this, I was very confused and a little put off. I asked her what she was doing, and she just said, I'm frogging it. I thought it was kind of cute, if a little silly, but didn't think much else of it at the time. I did not realize that she was utterly incapable of eating popcorn in any other way. I think it's gross and weird. It seems silly, but the sounds and visuals are very childlike to me, which is very off-putting, especially because when she frogs it, she'll often giggle in a very unnaturally for her high-pitched way if she drops a piece of popcorn or one falls off her tongue while she does it. She already isn't the most mature person who ever lived, and she definitely leans into being pretty quirky, which I really like about her, but can also kind of slip into childishness. I know that watching New Girl was very formative to her, so I don't know if the whole frogging it thing is from that show or whatever. I've asked her to please eat popcorn like a normal person around me, but she rolls her eyes and tells me that I don't have a say in how she eats anything, which is fair in theory, but listening to her mouth smacking for 45 plus minutes every time we watch TV or a movie a couple times a week is beginning to have an adverse effect on my mental health. I'm at the end of my rope here. There is only so much frogging a man can take. Will I be the asshole if I unequivocally tell her she can't do her hellish popcorn ritual around me? She can do it all she wants when I'm not in the room. I just can't deal with hearing it anymore.
So, okay. Is that it?
Do you want any edits to clear anything up? I'll just wait and see what you say.
Well,
I guess.
okay. As long as it doesn't play into the like changing of the opinions or the verdict, that's okay. But don't.
Do you want their ages? Does that have any effect on anything for you?
Go ahead.
Okay. So he's 26 and his girlfriend's 28.
Okay. That doesn't change it for me. But.
Okay. And then I guess go ahead. What were you going to say?
So this is a stupid fucking thing, but hey, this is starting to make a, what is it? Negative effect on my mental health?
An adverse effect on my mental health.
Okay, so anyways, there's so much shit happening in the world right now that this is okay. All right.
I mean, this is an old story.
I love the title though, frogging. Because at first I was like, what the fuck is that? And then once you explain it, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that done before. So say the question again. Let's start there before I go.
Hold on.
The actual question.
Says, will I be the asshole if I unequivocally tell her she can't do her hellish popcorn ritual around me?
So there are going to be a lot of things that somebody does that just you just can't stand, right? And you can make the request, but to demand it that's not a fucking thing.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Because then you're just taking away something that person is, you know?
I agree.
There may be something you do that, you know, that she just can't stand. And to ask somebody to change for you is not, in my opinion, is not healthy for the relationship.
Yeah.
So some people just aren't meant to be together. And this would be a stupid fucking thing to break up about, but it's also pretty stupid to say it's weighing on your mental health, right? But if it's that big of a deal,
yes.
right? So I don't think that you would be unequivocally, that's like, there's no question. There's absolutely no wiggle room, right?
Yeah,
That's
I think so.
So again, there's always specific words in these stories that I get hung up on, right? So if by unequivocally, if you mean that if you do not stop doing this, I am going to leave you, then yeah, you're a fucking asshole. Obviously, right? Because it's a stupid thing to break up about. Does it say how long they've been together?
I mean, they're like living together and stuff. I guess that doesn't mean anything.
I know 26, 28, but
it doesn't say how long they've been living together. He does say that he has misophonia. Do you know what that is? Like when you can't stand, like, I think that's the one where you don't like it when you can hear people eating and stuff.
Okay.
And people smack their food and shit.
Yeah.
So he said it's not the primary driver of my frustration, which is how this situation keeps repeating itself.
Okay.
So like, it just keeps coming up.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can obviously you can make the request. You're not the asshole for making the request, but it's the unequivocally that's got me kind of spun up is that if this is like, what is it? Like ultimatum? Not ultimatum.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like it's either this or that, right? Okay. So, if you don't stop doing this, we're over, then yes, you're an asshole for that because it's not really that big of a deal. Now, I get if you get like a phobia or whatever, like, you know, but like that's what you work out early on in the relationship, right? This isn't like a new thing. This isn't something. So yeah, and again, changing if this is something that's kind of who she is fundamentally, you know what I mean? Like this is just this is her. Like this is what she does. For you to ask her to change for you is just not.
Yeah, I thought she just sounded like quirky, like he said. I didn't think. I don't know.
And if you knew that going in, then that's your fucking fault, right?
Do you want to hear some comments?
Well, I need to do a verdict first.
Okay.
I think before I get that. Say the question verbatim one more time.
Will I be the asshole if I unequivocally tell her she can't do her hellish popcorn ritual around me?
Hellish. Yes. Again, if unequivocally means that that's an ultimatum, either stop this or I leave. If that's what he means by that, then yes, you are absolutely the fucking asshole.
Okay.
What you got?
So a couple of comments.
Okay.
One said, sounds like you need a less interesting girlfriend. Let her be her true self. Stop trying to dim her light.
There you go. See, exactly.
Yep. And then another person said, finds quirky girl to date, thinks it's cute, then immediately tries to get her to stop being quirky.
Boom.
Just go find someone you actually like instead of trying to snuff the fire out of this one.
That's what I said.
Here's where it takes a turn.
Okay.
As somebody replied to that. And they said, it's not like she was super into a hobby. He acted like it was cool until they got into a relationship and then demanded she stop. She ate food goofily one time. He thought it was funny. She was goofing around, but she actually does it all the time. That's very different than trying to change the essence of someone you're dating. Why is OP getting dragged for finding rude manners gross, talking to his partner about it, and then being hurt? She simply doesn't care. Because I guess like he has brought it up before, but she was just like he said that she said, you can't tell me how to eat or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, you still stands?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was that the last comment?
No, that was the last one that I had there.
Okay.
I thought you were going to have some more to say. I have an update and conclusion though.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay. So after my girlfriend got home from work and had a chance to catch her breath and settle in, I sat her down and we had a really good conversation. Here's the short version. She didn't realize how much her frogging it bothered me, and had I explained that better / in a less annoyed tone, she would have stopped a long time ago. Many moments during our relationship that I chalked up to her being immature / childish were her intentionally messing with me. In retrospect, that makes a lot of sense. She's going to now default to assuming I'm serious rather than joking, and I'm going to be more clear when I am being serious. When I showed her this post, she agreed that the way I wrote it makes me sound like a controlling dickhead who hates his girlfriend. She doesn't think I represented the story, her, or myself in a very accurate / coherent way. And I have to agree there. I promise I'm a vaguely normal guy most of the time. She was delighted that people were planning on adopting the term frogging it, and she has been very happily parading around calling herself a food innovator and threatening to quit her job and become a food blogger.
Oh, God.
She also says to the people offering to take her off my hands that she respectfully declines, but if you're ever in Orlando, so I think we're going to be okay.
That's funny.
We're removing popcorn from our movie nights, but not our cupboards or our hearts. We're going to look into some couples counseling to better our communication, and I'm going to reach out to my former psychiatrist and therapist to see if either of them have someone to recommend for individual therapy.
Jesus.
Thank you again to everyone who lent me their time and energy.
There you
that
go.
was the last update.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And that's something we always come back to, is that this is always one side of the story.
Yeah.
It's always one person's kind of interpretation. It's never the whole story.
Yeah. Well, it's nice too, though, like when they vote like you're the asshole, and then they're like, okay, so I actually did this, and like there was some action behind it or something, you know. Gives you hope, I guess.
Yeah. But for me, it comes back down to like, and I agree with what she said, like the way that he wrote this, he comes off very...
He comes off horrible.
So then like, once they clear it up and they actually sat down and talked, because like the way that you said it, the way that the writer said it, what is OP?
OP, yeah.
What is that again?
Original poster.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way that he writes it is like, it's either this or that.
Yeah,
right? That's how he writes it. But it
exactly.
sounds like they sat down and had a mature conversation. So like, and that's exactly what should have happened. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely went back and forth. Like when I first read it, I was like, you're absolutely the asshole. What are you talking about? Like, you're fucking horrible. And then when I started reading through some more comments where people were like, she's like smacking her food and blah, blah, blah. And like, he said that he already talked to her and she was like, you can't tell me how to eat. And people are like, oh my God, I would definitely break up with someone over that. And like, it was a lot. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I kind of get it because like I would probably consider breaking up with someone.
Probably, yeah. But that should, and that's why I asked the question, like, how long have they been together? Because this has been going on for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And now you have an issue? Like, no, you have no right to fucking ask. You know, because you knew 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that would definitely, because like I don't like that either when people smack their food and stuff. So that would definitely, I'd be like, you gotta stop doing that, or like I can't continue with this because like.
But that's at the beginning of the relationship.
I know, definitely.
They're living together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you change how you eat?
I know.
After 10 years of being together.
Yeah. But I think it's funny how she like eats her popcorn still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
I think that's funny.
But I think that ending was the best ending because there's closure.
Yeah.
We never get closure with these stories.
Yeah.
That was, I like that.
I thought that was a pretty good one to start off with anyway.
And
I don't know.
And it's funny how he showed her the post.
Yeah, I'm glad that he did that when they talked about it.
Some people are just going to delete the post.
So exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it sounds like everything worked out well. So
that's good.
I'm glad. All right. Are you ready to move on again?
Yeah. Am I the asshole too?
No. So for this one, we have Maybe It's Not That Bad. Oh. So as always, I'll give you 4 options and you can decide which one you think is maybe not that bad or whatever. I don't know. Pick one.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Pick one.
So first option.
Okay.
Making plans that you don't want to cancel, but also don't really want to attend.
Okay.
Pretending not to see someone you know in public. Not having a dream job, and not sharing every interest with your partner.
Interesting. One more time.
Making plans that you don't want to cancel, but also don't really want to attend.
I'm not going to make those plans to begin with. So not gonna fucking entertain it. What's number 2?
Pretending not to see someone you know in public.
Huh.
And then not having a dream job. And not sharing every interest with your partner.
I like 3 and 4. What do you mean by 3 was
not having a dream job?
Not having a dream job. So like not having your dream job or just not having a dream job?
Not having a dream job.
You don't have. Huh. I don't know if I can. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I would say that that's not that bad.
Okay.
4 was
not sharing every interest with your partner.
We can do that one.
Okay.
We can do that one. I don't think that's that bad. I guess it really depends on the interest though, because it's something that you can bond over.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? But like, so as far as share, do you mean like actually like telling the person that you're into this, or just like not sharing that experience together?
I mean,
which one specifically?
Not sharing the experience together.
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. That is, I think that's, I don't want to say one of the pillars, but that's a strong component to a strong relationship.
I think
is being able to enjoy your own things. So like us, like, you know, we've talked about it before, parallel play, right? So like there's stuff that I do that you're not going to enjoy, and then vice versa, right? But you're still doing it in like proximity because you like being around each other. I think that's it right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even like, so I haven't done it in a while. I want to get back into it, but like going to the range, right? Even if we do something completely separately, and we don't share that experience, like I don't have to drag you to the range when I know you don't enjoy it. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if there's times where like, okay, you know, you need to, you know, once upon a time I took you just so you could know how to, in case I like deployments, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
I was going to say before deployments, you would be like, we're going to the range.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I will absolutely. Yeah, because if I'm not home, there's a firearm in the house, you need to fucking know how to use it. So that was a forced thing. But since I'm not on deployments and all that kind of stuff, there's no reason to drag you to the range. You know what I mean? That's something like if you want to for enjoyment, you can, but you don't enjoy that sort of thing, right? So that doesn't make any sense to force that, right? Because I think that would just bring tension to the relationship. Like that's not something you enjoy. You don't have to enjoy it. Or like movie theaters. You don't like movie theaters. I do. So like that's something that I share with like our oldest. You know, I'll do that. So I think it's completely normal. And I think that's we in a relationship you can be individuals, but I think what makes it really strong is like the parallel play.
Yeah.
So like if you can actually do those separate things, but you like to be in proximity.
That, but then also like supporting each other's like own interests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I guess one thing that kind of just made me think about this is I don't know what I did with my algorithm on TikTok, but there was a minute there where I kept getting videos of it was like going back and forth between girls that were like bitching about their boyfriends that were like gamers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then the rebuttal was like,
You told me about this.
yeah. And then, you know,
ago.
some of like, there was other women that were like, no, I fucking encourage it. So he leaves me alone so I can read my book. And they're like, we sit like,
That's fair.
he's gaming right now. I got my book and we're fucking chilling, you know? But yeah, like things like that, it just made me think of that, you know, that,
that's
and even like
right
before this snowstorm and everything, you were like, oh, do you have any more of your puzzles? And I was like, no, I did my last one. And you're like, in case we get snowed in, let's fucking go to the store and go get some puzzles. And I was like, okay, like I didn't think about it, but all right, cool. And we didn't get snowed in, but still got to hang out. You got your game. I got some new puzzles.
Exactly.
We're good.
Yeah. I feel like that just builds a strong relationship. Cause like, especially like if you, even if it's like, I guess subconsciously thinking about it. Cause like I didn't do it for for any kind of output. It wasn't any kind of like, I'm going to do this thing for you, you do this thing for me. Like, I didn't get anything out of it.
No, it was
like, I just thought like, oh shit, you just finished your last puzzle. Like we have this ice / fucking snowstorm coming in. I was like, well, maybe you should get more, you know?
Yeah, it was just like while we were going out and like getting the last, you know, like last minute groceries or whatever. And you were like, hey, let's go and get you a couple puzzles so you're good to go. And like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, oh,
but whatever. That's like, I think that's what's, it all comes back down to, you know, parallel play and supporting, you know, your partner in what they enjoy, you know?
Yeah.
So I think I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too. I think it's perfectly fine to not share every single interest.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
Like that would I feel like that would be too much.
I think that's maybe a different topic, but I feel like there's people out there that look for that.
Yeah. That, you know like, I mean? They like having that, like, always
but
together,
it's like, I think we've talked about this and this is a throwback to like early days of the podcast, like single digits kind of thing. Well, no, like people nitpicking and like wanting the perfect person. that meets everything. So like that could kind of
yeah.
tie into that, in my opinion, because like they need somebody that's into all their interests and nothing else. They need to fit all these requirements, and then they're single for fucking forever, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like you can embrace those things and be like, okay, so I'm into this, you're into that. We can still coexist.
Yeah,
It's
just
still
make
okay,
time
right?
and like space
Yeah.
for both things,
I-
and it's okay.
I don't like to do puzzles. Like that's not
Yeah.
relaxing to me, but it's relaxing to you.
Yeah.
So like that's why I put together that you have like your hobbies table behind like
Yeah.
in our like our
yeah, like
I
the
guess
family
living
room,
yeah, family room,
whatever.
like our home theater room, essentially,
Yeah.
right? That we talk about. But behind the couch is like your hobby table for like all your building and stuff. And then we have a pool table / ping pong
Yeah.
table right behind that. And we turn that into a.
I took it over.
Yeah, well, I kind of set it up for you. But so I took the net down.
Well, no, because I left everything on my hobby
Yeah.
table. I was like, I'll get back to it.
And then it's perfect though because I suggested it one day because there's a light hole.
Yeah, the pool light right over it.
Right over the pool table. So I was like, well, why don't you just do your
actually
puzzle
a lot
here?
easier over there.
And then once I showed you that, you were like, this is perfect. I was
Yeah.
like, well, just do your puzzles here.
Well, because instead of the tiny little arm that I had at the table, I have an actual light.
Exactly. So like, you know, instead of just being like, well, I don't like this fucking hobby, why don't you just drop it? I set conditions for you
Yeah.
to do it in a better way, like
Yeah.
a more optimized way, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that says a lot more about a person than, again, this happens all subconsciously. This isn't like a premeditated kind of thing, but I think that speaks volumes to like a partner than like somebody's like,
I would
I don't
say
like,
so.
I don't like how you do this. I
Yeah.
don't like you like to do puzzles, so don't fucking do it around me.
Yeah, I don't
What?
know. That would be
You know?
ridiculous.
I'm sure there's people like that.
Or if you're, yeah, I don't know if I could handle someone like
That's
policing
awful.
my random choice in hobbies.
That
because
shit,
it is random.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That shit is going to boil over for sure. Like that's going to. It's kind of like just like pushing emotions and like all that kind of stuff down. Eventually, it's
Yeah.
gonna come to the fucking surface, and the longer it's suppressed, the more violent that
probably.
explosion is gonna be, and like it's just gonna come out of fucking nowhere, you know. So like, just support the other person's hobbies, you know.
Yeah.
Even though if you don't like it,
Yeah, I definitely will say I'm like, especially the more I think about it too, I'm like really glad that we're not super into like the same thing. Like as far as like my crafty shit, because I'm just way too controlling to let somebody else join in.
I think so too. But I think that's
yeah.
What do you call it? Type A.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm like,
What is
so
type A?
Type A is like you're very
Like control?
not control, like yeah, you like things to
certain
be
way.
like
Okay.
you're very organized, you're on top of your shit, and you're like things like that. And Type B is very like relaxed and just kind of laid back, you know, and don't really do anything. I feel like I'm Type C. I'm a little bit of both.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I think I am full blown Type A. 100%. But yeah, you're not always. I guess there's sometimes like with your like puzzles or crafty stuff or like, you know, like your stuff, definitely Type A. But there's certain
Yes.
things where you're just like go with the flow, and not a huge fan of that side because it reminds me of your fucking cousin.
We have a good time
who
together.
just goes with the flow for everything, and it drives me nuts.
We
I'll
have a
ask
great
like,
time
and I don't know if
together.
we can't say her name.
No, it's
but
fine.
but yeah, so you know, you guys will get together or whatever for like a trip or whatever, right? You'll go there or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, okay, what's the plan? Like, where are you guys gonna stay? How are you gonna get there? Like safety, because I'm thinking like safety stuff, right? And then you're like, oh, we're just gonna figure, it out.
figure it out.
I was like, no, the fuck, you're not.
I know that drove you nuts when I went up for the quinceañera.
I was like,
Basically, we were drinking, and he was like, "How are you getting back to the hotel?" And I was like, "We'll figure it out."
Yeah, see.
Because okay, but we were in this small town that like we've been
Yeah.
in forever since we were kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know exactly where we're staying. I know that if I need to, it's within walking distance.
yeah.
It's fine. We'll get there.
It's just but to apply
because
that.
that's just how we grew up. Was like, we'll get there.
And that's where it comes from. I think that's why you're so like before we got together, what, 15 years ago now, you were very much not Type A.
I was very Type B.
You were very just
Very
like
Type
go with the
B.
flow, and then I am not. So I think you kind of met like you met with that, and then you started doing that, but then that other side comes in still, where it's just
100%.
like,
I'm
oh, we're just going with
like,
the flow.
I don't
was
care
like,
about
I'm not
this.
going with the
I don't
fucking
want
flow.
it.
Like I need.
Like I don't care
know
to
what's
like
happening.
worry about it right now. So,
But it's funny because like I don't know if this comes from like just what we've been doing the last 15 years or so, or if like it's something else, but there's times where, and you show me videos, people like make content around it, but it says like, God, I forget like verbatim, but like you need to know what we're doing a week in advance so you can mentally prepare.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that's kind of the same thing where like you need to know the plan.
Sometimes,
That's kind of what I am too. And that's kind of like that type A, right? Where I feel like that's very type A though.
I'm like
you need
50-50
to
on it
know.
because you can be like, I need to know what's happening like a month ahead of time. And I'm like,
Yes.
so much can happen between now and then. Don't fucking talk to me about those plans. Like, I don't know.
That's the only reason that we've come this far is planning that far in advance, you know? Because like there's things where like
you definitely take the lead on like all of the
yes.
planning, and I'm just like I feel like I go in gung ho until I get to a certain point, and then I'm like I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care. I don't care about the plan 3 months from now. I don't know what's happening 3 days from now. Like. But I don't know. It's like something in my brain is just like, we're done.
Yeah.
And we're ready to shut it off. ADHD.
Yeah, for real. Yes. So like even like something like the search that I was sitting for before we left Germany, right? Like I had to plan those out a year in advance. If I didn't, that I would have never gotten all those done. No. So like that's just part of my lifestyle is I've adopted that way of thinking and the way of living and where I just plan shit out.
And my school plan just fell in my lap.
I know. Literally. God.
The universe was like, here, bitch, you're not going to do it yourself.
It's either me or the universe. One of us is going to steer you. Oh God!
I can't help
it. So look at the opposite side of it though. So verbatim, what's the topic? Verbatim.
We were talking about not sharing every interest with your partner.
No, so but no, I want to get back to that though, is like, I think it's very important to do both though.
Yeah.
So like with the planning, right? Yeah. So like if you weren't accepting to planning, for example, right? Like you that if we were like type A, type B, right? And you never kind of transferred over to like the type A kind of concept, right? And like you were just like, I'm against this. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to feed into it. I don't think we would have lasted.
I don't think so.
I don't think so because I need somebody. Now again, like I do agree that there are certain things that can be shared independently, and that's important to have that. But there are core principles or concepts or whatever to a relationship where it must be shared or it will not work.
Yes.
Eating habits, like the last thing we just talked about. If you guys, if there's one thing where like you guys don't, there's just like the partner's not going to budge, like smacking your lips.
Yeah.
Right. If that's a non-starter for you and that's all somebody does, if you guys don't come to terms on that, same with planning. Like if we don't link up on this and we're like 50-50 on it, it's not going to last. So both sides of the coin are very important.
That's true. I will give you that.
So that's my 2 cents on it.
Well, I'll let you end on that.
Okay.
And we can move on to the final segment. Our final segment is Am I the Asshole?
Okay. I don't think we've ever ended on Am I the Asshole?
So this one's I think it's kind of funny and different. There's actually, it's a two-parter. So there's the first Am I the Asshole? And then there's a response, Am I the Asshole?
Okay, so like in the comments kind of thing, like we normally do, or is this something new? Like a new...
No, it's family drama.
Okay.
And one person made a post, and then another person in the family made a post to respond to this post.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this is Reddit drama.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got it.
This is another first.
Yeah, it was compiled on some e-cards, and it came up on my Facebook feed.
Wow.
So, I was like tracking everything down across Reddit, but this one I compiled it from some e-cards because she already had it put together.
Okay.
So the story is, am I the asshole for letting my son flaunt his lifestyle in front of his less fortunate cousins? My husband and I only have one child, our son, Gorham, who is 14. We love him to death and spoil him lots, but we are also trying to shape him into a humble and appreciative person. Thankfully, we've never had any issues. He's a very quiet and he's a well-mannered boy. He volunteers and is well-liked among his peers. My sister has 5 kids ranging from 8 to 18. Recently, we were all attending my mother's birthday party. My mother was asking my son about how his sports are going and his studies. He's doing cross country right now to prepare for lacrosse in the spring, and he recently started at the high school building at his academy. He was very excited and shared with his grandmother about how much he likes the school. One of my sister's boys started whining about how it's not fair that Gorham gets to go to a private school and wear nicer clothes and other things. Two of her other kids started agreeing and whining. They complained that they wanted to play sports too. My sister can't afford to buy equipment and doesn't have time to take them to events. I felt bad for them and stayed quiet, letting them vent. I don't think it's fair to them that my sister had more kids than she can reasonably provide for. They're always scraping by because feeding and clothing so many kids is expensive. But my sister had the audacity to lecture me about how I shouldn't let Gorham talk about things that his cousins don't have. I feel like talking about being excited for school and sports is a normal thing for a teenage boy. It's not like he was talking about how much his shoes cost or something dickish like that. Also, his grandmother was asking him questions. He was mostly replying to her questions. I stood up for us, but my sister and I aren't talking. My parents took my side and think she's taking her issues out on me, but our brother thinks I should let it go and apologize. So back to the title, which was the question.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for letting my son flaunt his lifestyle in front of his less fortunate cousins?
We're stopping there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is it flaunting? Can you... What part of this is flaunting?
I'm guessing that her sister, because of, she said my sister had the audacity to lecture me about how I shouldn't let him talk about things that his cousins don't have. I'm guessing it came from that conversation. So that her sister probably told him that he was flaunting his
But he's not
lifestyle.
talking about anything like the
know.
price of his shoes or anything like that. He's just talking about his life.
Yeah.
So you want him to not talk about his life so you feel more comfortable? And you can fuck all the way off. So I know there's people like that where it's like, they want you to suppress who you truly are so that they feel more comfortable, or don't talk about your success, or even like money is one of these things. And like the people just don't want to hear that because they don't have it or whatever. I am not here to make you comfortable. I don't fucking care.
That's fair.
So why should I have to change who I am, what I have, what I've built, what I've been given, whatever, right? Whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the caveat though would be if you were just being like a dick.
Yeah.
Like, I have $300 shoes. You only have $50 shoes.
Exactly.
That's
but
different.
She said he wasn't acting like that.
And if you're just responding to questions, that's a major factor right there. And then, like I said, you're just talking like, so now I can't even talk about my life at all because it makes you uncomfortable. I don't fucking care. So, question one more time, verbatim. Before I give a verdict.
Am I the asshole for letting my son flaunt his lifestyle in front of his less fortunate cousins?
I think this question is improperly
written.
Yeah. So I don't think it's flaunting. I don't think you're allowing anything. I think he's just being himself. I think he's just talking. He's just
talking about.
It's like me not being able to talk about my life experiences because it makes you uncomfortable. Like, I don't fucking care how you feel. It's called self-esteem. Fuck out of my face. So no, not the asshole. I think like I said, it comes back to, as a Cat Williams reference. But no, I think the question is poorly written, unfortunately. But no, I think to the core of it, you're not the asshole.
So I picked, I think it was 2 comments. Said, not the asshole. Your son wasn't even bragging, just talking about his life.
Boom.
Yeah, sucks for the cousins. He's more fortunate, but that's how life works sometimes. Another one said, not the asshole. He wasn't flaunting. He was telling his grandmother what is happening in his life, which is fairly uncommon for teens. You let your siblings complain and vent on how life is not fair and understand their frustration. Your sister is out of line for saying anything. You've done everything right. Your sister is taking her frustration out on you.
I agree.
So,
100%. Yeah.
All right.
And it's not my fucking fault you wanted 5 kids when you can't support it.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the question.
Yeah. So plot twist, like I said,
Okay.
the sister made her own post.
Okay.
She said,
war through Reddit.
Right? She said, my oldest son found a post my sister made about me on here, so I'm posting my side of things because I don't think she's right. My sister Clara spoils the fuck out of her son Gorham. Her and her husband.
And they're using the real name. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her and her husband and his family buy him whatever he wants. He's a nice boy, but it's not fair that he has so much more than his cousins, and they know it. They follow him on social media and see pictures of him wearing Rolexes and going to VIP events at expensive concerts. The boy doesn't even like Taylor Swift, but he took some girl from his school to that tour of hers to impress her. My daughter loves Taylor Swift, and he didn't even think about taking her, and I could never afford to buy the tickets. It doesn't help that my parents make it pretty obvious that he's their favorite grandchild. They ask him all sorts of questions and never show nearly as much interest in my kids. My kids constantly complain because their cousin has opportunities they don't. My second son, who's the same age as Gorham, really wanted to play on the same summer lacrosse team as his cousin, but there's no way I could afford it or take him to events. It also wouldn't be fair for me to let him do a sport and not his 4 siblings. My sister could have paid for my son to play and could have offered to drive him to the games and stuff, but she didn't.
The fuck?
She puts all of her time and money into Gorham and doesn't even care about her nieces and nephews. For Christmas, she just buys them cheap socks. When I confronted her about it one year, she said it's because that's what I buy Gorham, and it should be fair between the kids. I buy him cheap socks because that's all I can afford. Nothing is fair about the difference in lifestyle they have. I've complained to my parents about this issue, and they tell me I shouldn't have had so many kids or should have went to college like my sister did. My kids are already here. Like, that doesn't help. I snapped at my sister the other day and told her to tell Gorham to stop talking about playing sports at that overpriced school. He wasn't being an asshole about it, but I just snapped. I'm tired of my kids complaining. Am I the asshole for this? I feel like people just don't understand. My sister thinks because she doesn't let him wear his watches or stupid fucking Gucci shoes around my kid that they're not flaunting anything, but I think they're wrong. The other day, my mother asked my nephew about what kind of car his parents are going to buy him when he turns 15, knowing that I'll never be able to buy any of my kids' cars. This was all in front of my kids, by the way. And that was the end of her post.
Okay. So in my opinion, that made it worse because now you're actually proving that you are just projecting.
100%.
You're just projecting.
Yeah.
And it's poor me. And then who the fuck are you to tell me that what I'm giving my kids, I also have to give your kids?
Right?
I didn't tell you to fuck. I didn't make those kids with you. Mm-hmm. Like, those aren't my kids. Now, I understand that they're still family, but like, now I have to give them all the same presents. Now I have to buy all of their sports shit. Now you're asking me to drive them to the events as well. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Right?
Like, why am I doing everything for your kids?
Yeah.
So no, this made it significantly worse. You're still the asshole, probably more of an asshole. I'm wondering why you didn't comment on the original post and just made a new one. Everything about this is projection.
Oh, 100%.
Everything
like,
about
you're
this
very
is just
she's
petty.
Obviously angry about like her life choices, and she's already there now, and there's no going back.
You made these decisions.
Yeah.
You made this bed. Like, you didn't go to college. You didn't, it sounds like you didn't really do anything except fuck and have kids. So
I mean,
why is that my fault? And why does my one kid that I had, because that's what I could afford, why am I being punished? And why, again, it all comes down to this post made it significantly worse for me because she made several requests. Mm-hmm. Like, why aren't they getting all the same stuff that you buy your kids? They're not my fucking kids. Why are they not afforded the opportunity to do the same sports? Because I'm not paying for them to go to those sports. They're not my kids. And then they have the audacity, like I said, to take them to the sports as well. Yeah. Like, you're the mother. Yeah. Like, this is your responsibility. Mm-hmm. Like, what we give our kids, right? It's not our obligation to give that to, so like if you had like a sibling, right, and then like your sibling was coming at you because we have all this or whatever, right, and we're giving the kids all the stuff that they get, right, and then they come at you, and then they're like, well, why don't my kids get this because your kids do? Like,
I definitely, I mean, I am all for like the building a village up to a certain extent. Like, I I would love to be like in the, you know, have a village and everything like that. But you don't get to like make our village numbers go up rapidly and then expect everybody to like put in more than you are. So
I think but you know, to me though, like building a village is everybody coming together and supporting each other, which I understand.
No, that's what I'm saying is that I think if it was like she had one kid, then maybe it would be a little bit easier. I'm saying you added 5 kids to it.
I disagree. It doesn't change anything. So like, okay.
No, I'm not saying that she should do it if she only had one kid. I'm saying maybe she would have offered or something if you only had one kid. Then maybe it wouldn't.
Maybe, yeah.
That's just what I'm saying is like, it sounds like she wanted to have this whole village and stuff, but like you just kept adding to it over and over and over again. And then like...
So when you say have a village, do you mean like multiple families or part of the families coming together or just like you just making a village out of your vagina?
Well, it sounds like she wanted to have the family village with her parents and her sister and all that.
Okay, got
it. That's what I'm saying is that like you are the one that keeps bringing people into the village and you're expecting everybody else to keep adding to their load. There's only so much that people can take.
But then again, it comes down for me. So I understand the concept and I agree. It would be awesome. And we've talked about this before off mic. It's like, it would be great to have that village and it's not in the cards.
No.
Right. But it would be, in theory, it would be outstanding because everybody would be super close. I always think of like a family complex.
Yeah.
Like
a compound.
Yeah. Compound. There you go. Compound. And that would be awesome. Right. But my thing is that if we did do that, right, and we had that environment, right, it still wouldn't be me funding the village.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that like you can't keep asking everybody to like add more and more and more onto their plate because you want to keep adding to the village.
Yeah.
If you want to get some, you know, enjoy the fruits of everybody else's labor, then stop fucking adding to the labor.
Yeah,
literally.
That's true. Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
that's
because
true.
that's how I would see it. I just imagine being the sister, and like I bet you know you have your one nephew or something, and I don't know. She said her oldest was a boy, but just say you have like the one nephew, and you're like, oh my god, our nephews could be little besties. This is great, and then you have one more, and you're like, okay. My nephews and my kids are going to be little besties. This is great. We can do everything like that. And then you have another one. And I'm like, bitch, now you want me to babysit your 3 fucking kids? Okay. And then now you add another one. And I'm like, girl.
I think that there's a big line in between those two scenarios though, is like, it would be awesome. Like you have a best friend, right? And then you're having kids together, you know, and they're growing up to be best friends and all that kind of stuff, right? That's one scenario to me. Another scenario is take that same thing, but now I'm funding your kids.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is that maybe if like...
It doesn't matter if you have one...
Did she say that she was a single mom or that she's...
I didn't hear anything about a father.
I don't remember. Okay, yeah, she says that... Okay, yeah, so I think she's a single mom. And
how many baby daddies?
It doesn't say. But I still...
Possibly 5?
I definitely would be like... Girl, I would be so much more willing to like help you out more if you would stop fucking adding to the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
There comes a point where like, if you're not going to help yourself, then like, what do you expect me to do?
Yeah.
Because if I'm already helping you up to this point, you get to your 3rd kid and you're still depending on me for help. You need to stop.
This sounds like, and I don't know, we don't have enough information and I don't want to step out of line, right? No, I do sometimes. But it sounds like this is somebody that's just like relationship hopping.
Maybe, you know? I don't know. Maybe she's getting back with the baby dad. I don't know. Who cares?
I mean, we're not out here.
The point is like,
I don't know why you're out here trying to collect Pokemon.
I don't know.
Like they're kids.
I just feel like, well, yeah. Also, if like you know that you're
trying to collect them all
past your limit, then stop.
I mean, yeah. It sounds like your limit was 1.
Yeah.
Why the fuck you have 5?
Yeah.
And if you're single too, so like no, this is so. Anyways, my verdict doesn't change. This made it worse. For this person.
I have some comments for this one too.
So there's OP. What would this person be called?
They're OP as well because they made their own post.
Oh, it's not a comment. Okay, duh. That makes sense. Okay. What are the comments?
Yeah. So some of the, I think I picked out 2.
Okay.
So this one said, you're the asshole. Your kids are no one's responsibility but your own. You didn't position yourself in life as well as your sister, and now you are jealous. Instead of being mad at your sister, use this as a teaching moment for your children that money and materials aren't anything. that if they work hard in life and position themselves, they can spoil their kids or themselves when they are in a better financial situation. Children don't always flaunt or rub in the fact that they have stuff to others intentionally. He may just believe that it was normal and was answering a genuine question. Also, who names the kid Gorham? She said it was a family name on the father's side. Anyway, but there was another...
Okay.
There was another one, and like the gist of it, basically after she had replied to a comment saying that her kids blame her for everything, even though she works 60-hour weeks to provide for them, and how they're constantly comparing their lives to Gorham's Instagram posts. And like the resounding response to it was, you've done your kids a disservice. You should have taught them how to live within their means, as well as teaching them not to compare themselves with others so much. And then someone even mentioned allowing her kids to stew in their envy and then taking it out on her sister. So people really went in on her in the comments, and they were just like, you fucking...
That doesn't change my verdict at all, that last one, but it does make me sympathize a lot more. Because if your kids are coming at you like, why don't we have all this? That can be that's a fear of mine.
Yeah.
For not, somebody performing better in life or whatever. We've talked about this before too, is like one of my fears is that somebody comes along and does something that I could have done. Right. So like say something, just to simplify it, something's broken. Right. I could have done that. But then somebody comes in behind me and does it for me. I'm like, fuck, I could have done it.
Yeah.
That's my fear. But this is a much broader, thing, is that like,
you can't provide, so then someone else can.
Exactly. I never want my kids to come to me and be like, well, why can't we have this thing, right? When I could have just applied the planning or the time or whatever, done the thing to actually be able to afford that thing.
That's fair.
So I do sympathize with her on that level. I'm wondering what you do but again, it was the choices that you made, not going to college and not setting kind of the proper, I guess, stepping stones or building blocks, I guess, for a better term, to build a more successful life.
Yeah, I think even with all that stuff, like I could get past that stuff. It's the fact that you kept having kids when like you knew that you couldn't afford it, and like you knew what you were bringing them into essentially. And like, so that's my number one for why you're the asshole, because like you put them in this situation and they're feeling this way because of your choices. And like, you did this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like you didn't just wake up one day with 5 kids and be like, oh my God, I can't do, like I have 2 kids and I know that like, I'm good. I cannot handle anymore. You had to have gotten to a point before 5 when you were like, fuck.
My only caveat,
I don't know.
I agree 100%. My only caveat to that, and like I said, I guess it's not so much true with this one because we're getting 2 sides of it. But at the same time, we don't know the background of the second OP. But if like a scenario that I could think of is like if they had 5 kids, if she had a husband, right, and they had 5 kids together and they were very well off or whatever the case may be, right?
Obviously,
and like there was a nasty breakup or he died or something like that, and then she was thrown in this situation, I would have a lot more empathy.
100%.
This would be a completely different scenario for me. But it sounds like, to me, just my opinion, it sounds like maybe she's possibly just jumping from relationship to relationship, and that's why now all of a sudden she turns around, she has 5 kids.
Maybe.
You didn't go to college, you had all these fucking baby daddies, kids, like all this stuff.
I just feel like at some point you need to stop thinking about what you want and think about the effect that it's going to have on your kids, and that's why I think you're the asshole.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Number
not only
one.
like you need to change your lifestyle so that you can actually start make some moves to make more money, right?
Yeah.
To support the 5 kids that you already made, right? But also teach what one of those posts said, one of the comments was that you need to teach your kids better. And it starts there too. Teach them that like, don't be like me, go to college.
Exactly.
Like,
I was going to say, let this be a learn. And it sucks that you have to do it at your own expense. I would fucking hate that 100%.
Yeah.
I get it. But there are definitely things that like, I've had to say that for that. I'm like, hey, I like, don't do it like I did, honestly, So I understand how difficult that is, but you are absolutely the asshole for how you're taking shit out on your sister.
That's the core of it.
And the fact that you're not teaching your kids how to like regulate their emotions. You're allowing, I feel like there's a lot happening there. And yes, I do sympathize that you are handling all of this by yourself. I do. But also, I can only sympathize so much because you did that shit to yourself. So
yeah, you're absolutely the asshole. And my verdict does not change based on the second post or any of the comments.
Yeah.
Like, you are still the asshole.
Yep.
You need to handle this in a completely different way. And obviously, like, you need to stop trying to silence people.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel uncomfortable or like it shows you like raise up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also,
Like,
if you need help, maybe stop attacking the people that you're expecting help from as well.
Yeah, and use that as motivation. Like, okay, you have this, I want this. How do I get there?
Yeah.
Right? If you don't like that and you want it, go fucking get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I just come back to like, just be kinder to the people that are around you. Also, maybe they'll be a little bit more willing to give you a hand up, not a hand out, a hand up, because it does sound like you need like, let me help you out a little bit. Which, like I said, I would be more than willing as if I was your sister, I would be a lot more willing to do it if you weren't acting like such a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. And for me, shit like this always comes back down to one thing. It's called self-esteem. For me, that's what it all boils down to.
I mean, yeah,
it's
100%.
called self-esteem.
Yeah.
Like, this is not about you projecting.
You gotta take some accountability for your own shit.
Like,
so,
what? It's a stereo your motherfucking self.
Yep. At the end of the day, you're the asshole.
Absolutely. Yep, I agree.
Do you have anything else you want to add in for this episode?
I don't think so. No. Actually, no. When are we expecting the next Rants on the Rocks? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. One for February, right? Because we already did one for January.
Yeah. Is this, how many are we in? Oh shit, I only have like maybe a couple more. Okay. I don't know.
I wasn't sure.
Sometime in February.
Okay. If you have any requests for documentaries. I was trying to think of
like what I wanted to do it on too. I was looking through Netflix the other day trying to find something. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions, I've got a couple weeks.
Can always do the Diddler.
That's a lot.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a series, right? It's like 4. Okay, that's fine.
It was a lot
that's
of episodes, and it's also just it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, if you have any requests for documentaries that you would like us to cover, let us know.
Yeah. Ideally something that's like 2 hours or less. Because I'm going to have to watch it a few times and do my notes.
That's true. Yeah.
Please don't give me a lot of work.
But no, other than that, that's all I got.
Okay. I need to go blow my nose.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's all I've got for this episode of The Rant Files. Yay. I think I started out with the ranting podcast. Whatever. That's all I got for this episode.
There you go.
As always, if you're enjoying listening to the podcast, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. And aside from YouTube and Spotify, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, School, and TikTok, all under the Ranting Podcast. So go watch our shit and comment. Mm-hmm. But most importantly,
there it is.
Keep ranting and come tell us about it. Achoo! Okay, bye!
Bye.